Hello, my name is Valetta. I've lost count, maybe 48, maybe I've reached the 50 mark. I'm not counting. Here I am in the midst of creation. They are all a bit frightening, perhaps putting my fears out there in these crazy faces instead of keeping them bottled up inside. Nails, pins, they dominate the landscape of my mind. Don't be afraid to look at my masks. They won't bite, at least not literally. They may bite your soul and invade your subconscious, and that's fine with me. If your eyes were pierced by hundreds of pins, if your heart was broken by countless tiny needles, if your mouth was nailed closed, would you survive? I question the slings and arrows we endure. I transfer my doubts and fears to the surface of the masks. I feel in my gut there's beauty here, beauty refined and defined in a new and horrible way. Hot glue, cold acrylics, shavings of things left behind, sliced plastic sheets, soldered wires, all in combination of forms that leave me tired, worn out, but peaceful and unburdened. Let me tell you about this one, the one with 25 nails jetting out of its mouth, with tiny beaded eyes, and with no nose. It's not meant to be worn. It's meant to be considered. Put it on a wall, inside a clear plastic box. Place it on your bed and reflect on the meaning of fear. Look at this one over here with straight pins hammered from the back of the mask, filling the eye sockets and with a dark black hole for a mouth. Or over there in the corner, the one with computer cables entwined through its ears. Our senses blocked, our world diminished. The terror exists in the loss of smell, when once we enjoyed the sweet fragrance of grasses and flowers, the aroma of pies in the oven, roasted chicken, or even the smell of people. Now we are bereft. The terror exists if we lose our voice and are never able to articulate our thoughts. How would it be if we were silenced by others, your mate, your friends, or the government? There is terror in the loss of hearing, silence. Gone is the sound of water running, of words, music, of your own heart beating. There's terror in the blackness of blindness. Would you feel your way in the darkness? And if you had no sense of touch, how would you find your way? All this wondering on the doubts and fears of existence began when I was sent a radiology mask that had been used by a cancer patient with brain cancer. And I was told to create a work of art. The dark hole began when I wondered if the patient was cured or had died. I set the entity aside for several weeks, peeking at it on occasion, but hesitant to touch it. Finally, after finding the right materials, I began to cut and glue. The result reflected my fears in reds and purples, with sharp flowers, spiked eyes that commanded attention in ways not particularly pleasant, but the art I had created was true to its source. And so began the journey into a wall of masks. The studio is a mess. No one is allowed in, for I don't want to be exposed for my chaotic ways. I work in silence. Except for the occasional phone call, there's no music, no television, No sound of an appliance whirring in the background. Save for the murmur of heat in the radiators, it is quiet. My brain is on autopilot. I give in and in the zone. My hands moving as if manipulated by someone or something else. This happens sometimes, and I feel as if I'm being hypnotized. I let the watch swing inside my eyes and momentarily fall asleep at the work table. The masks accumulate. Each one has a distinct personality, and yet they are connected by a theme. The thread is the dread of loss.